What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. It's a Tuesday. Brody, what's going on? How is everything?
Everything's all right, man. Enjoying this Veterans Day holiday on this cold Tuesday.
Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, everyone who served and who is serving. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. We had a few of our family members serve, so definitely shout out to them.
Definitely military.
And as far as the cold part, must be cold over there. It's not cold over here. It's 50-something over here.
Man, y'all got it good. It was, like 36 degrees this morning, kind of close to below freezing there, and now it's like 45.
It's close. Yeah, it was in the 30s early, but you know how it is this time of year. You walk outside, you got a coat. By the time the afternoon comes, you done took it off. So, man, crazy week 10. Man, we had a few things happen. Brody, looks like you got to win. You got to win this week. Surprising enough.
Now, wait a second. Wait. With or without the mulligan?
Well, once it's without. You got me by one without. So,
okay,
you didn't need a mulligan win.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won, guys.
You went outright. You went outright this week.
We won.
What, you crying?
Yeah.
You crying in the car?
Maybe look at the score. Y'all
Don't be
see
crying
it?
in the car. Don't be crying in the car.
Y'all see the score? Look at the score.
Don't be crying in the car. The Vikings, however, are crying in the car. As many of you know who follow the stream, we live streamed the game between the Ravens and Vikings on Sunday afternoon. It was a great game. It was a great stream. Thank you for everybody who came out and checked it out. We really appreciate you. We also ask that you please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Again, it costs you nothing, just one click of your mouse. And leave a comment, please. Leave us. We would love to start getting some comments on our content. It's only going to get better.
Oh yeah. I would like to give a shout out to our number one chatter on that live stream with the Ravens and the Vikings, Chase Tiffany. Thank you.
Chase Tiffany. Thank you for your feedback. We really appreciate that.
Yes.
We really appreciate that. Very active in the chat.
Very active.
And some good takes, some darn good takes.
Oh yeah.
And they were spot on. But no, we had fun live streaming the game for everybody. And man, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, kind of just doing it in the moment. That was our first time kind of doing it in the moment. Instant reaction to the game.
Raw
some
footage.
Good and some bad. And we're going to get to that. Some good and some bad. We're going to get to that. But man, the Ravens beat the Vikings 27-19 on Sunday. Brody, what did you think about that game? What's your overall take on it?
My overall take on this, I feel like, yeah, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm a Ravens fan through and through. But the Vikings, bro, man, they just had too many flags, too many false starts. They just kept handing the game to the Ravens. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, look, win is a win. But, it felt like without those flags that the Vikings accumulated, it would have been a closer game. And to be honest, I'm just going to be honest, the Vikings might have even pulled that out because, I mean, the Ravens came out kind of flat in the first half. So, I mean, yeah, it didn't look good. A win's a win, but it didn't look good to me. They relied on the Vikings destroying themselves to get that victory.
To your point, it was a close game. It felt like it the whole game, but the Ravens did start very slow. And I feel like if this was, I don't want to say the Vikings are a bad team, I'm not going to say they're a good team. They're definitely not a great team. But if the Ravens were playing a better team, let's put it like that, they may not win this game because of how slow they started. They started off very slow, and we mentioned this during the stream. After a 10-day, I mean, you had 10 days to prepare. You had the mini bye coming off the game in Miami, and they did come out flat. They didn't score touchdowns till the second half, and they only put up 9 in the first 2 quarters. And then in the third quarter, it was kind of when they blew it open, but that was only because of some turnovers from the Vikings.
Right.
Man, I mean, the Ravens, that game was really powered by the three turnovers by the Vikings.
Yes.
But to give the Ravens some credit, I'm not just going to say they got handed the game, because they had a pretty clean performance, especially on offense. By the way, for those who didn't know, that was Lamar Jackson's 100th start in his career, whereas on the other side, you had a kid who was on his 4th start. So take that for what you want. He looked like it was his 4th start. He threw some very costly interceptions, one by Malachi Starks and the other one by Marlon Humphrey, who's hurt, by the way, again. Good old Marlo. And then, to talk about, the other turnover, that fumble by Keandre Jackson on the kickoff, that hurt. That was the beginning of the spiral for the Vikings. So,
and not to mention, he did it twice.
13 points off those turnovers. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He did it twice.
Yeah. 2 straight kickoffs, he fumbled. One was lost, the other was recovered. So the Vikings did not help themselves in this game. Lamar was efficient. He was efficient for the most part. No turnovers. 17 for 29. That's average. 176 and a touchdown. He still didn't look 100%. Lamar still did not look 100%, especially with his legs.
Definitely slow.
He still looked a little off. But on offense, the Ravens converted 8 out of 15 on third downs. That's not bad. Derrick Henry had 75 yards on 20 carries. I like the 20 carries. I still like the 20 carries. We did have a Keaton Mitchell sighting, although I wish he got more. Because there was a lot of times, and Chase Tiff even brought this up, and we talked about it, still getting too cute. Some situations, run the ball. I wish Kevin O'Connell ran the ball a couple times when they needed to on short yardage, but I'm gonna get into that when I talk about why the Vikings lost this game. But Brody, again, to just put to put a bow on just the overview, man, the Vikings had a shot. They led 10-9 at halftime and got the ball, but they just couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything past that. Give credit to the Ravens defense. They stepped up. The Vikings scored on their first drive, and they shut them down pretty much after that. They got a late touchdown from Naylor, but it wasn't enough. Right. They had a shot to go down and tie the game, but again, the defense got to stop when they needed it. So, yeah. In a nutshell, the Ravens played an efficient game and the Vikings shot themselves in the foot, and that's why the Ravens took this game 27-19. But Brody, in that, give me some reasons why you think the Ravens won that game.
I mean, I would definitely say they won that game because of the simple fact of 3 turnovers. You know what I mean? Fumble, 2 interceptions, and also the yards that the Vikings accumulated from all of their penalties. You know what I mean? Because I'm a Ravens fan through and through. Y'all know that. If you watch the show, y'all know that. And as I'm watching this game, I just see the Vikings crumble. Flag after flag, false start after false start. I thought it was a new rule that was implemented last week just because, or this week, it was Sunday, just because of the fact of how many false starts there were. But man, they like the interceptions and the short yards for the Ravens. And I even said this during the game, during the live stream. I said, man, y'all got 18 yards off that interception to get a touchdown. If they didn't, they're cooked. Like 100%, they're cooked. They had short fields. off of a few of their executions. The other executions that was the full length of the field, I mean, majority of them ended in field goals. Like, they didn't score a touchdown to the second half. So I would like the Ravens to be a little bit more efficient. Like what you said. If the Ravens were playing a better team, not saying the Vikings are bad, I don't think they would have taken the lead. If they're playing a better team would have came out strong and remained strong throughout all 4 quarters of football. That's how I feel. And I don't think the Ravens would have been able to make up that deficit. The way they came out, no touchdown in the first half, you're scoring 3 field goals. It's been proven majority of the time, those field goals will not win you the game, especially if the other team's scoring touchdowns. And the Vikings came out 3 minutes in the first quarter. Touchdown. Full length. The Ravens came out flat, 3 and out. Vikings defense showed up in the beginning. Vikings offense showed them, hey, we're here to play. First drive, touchdown. Whatever happened after that is between them downstairs, downtown, Minnesota, whatever. But if the Ravens were playing a better team, man, no, they would not have won that football game. That's how I'm going to put that. Would not have won that football game if they're playing a better team.
I think to your point, and I'm going to go over why the Vikings lost this game. The Ravens played more efficient. They played a more efficient game. The Vikings could have blown this open because of how slow the Ravens started, but they lost, man. It was just a combination of just self-inflicted wounds and just missed opportunities. They had opportunities to score points, and they didn't.
Right.
Turnovers and ball security will get you beat. And it did. The Vikings lost because they committed 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble.
Yeah.
You can't win a game like that, especially when you lose the turnover battle and you only lose the game by 8. That's the biggest reason why you lost. The other reason, 13 penalties. 13 penalties for 102 yards. 8 of them were false starts. That cannot happen at home. How does that happen at home on the road? It shouldn't even happen on the road. But at home, there's no excuse for that. No excuse for that. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me that you had 8 false starts at home. And I said it during the stream, those penalties just came at the worst times. They stalled drives. They killed drives. They were constantly in long yardage situations, and you can't have that with a young quarterback. You can't. You cannot have penalties with a young quarterback. Pre-snap penalties kill your drives. It's been proven. False starts, holding, things like that. They kill your drive.
Momentum's gone.
When you need 10 and then you put yourself back 5 and now you need 15, it makes it so much harder. And that's what made it hard. That's what made it hard on this offense. The defense played well enough to win, and the offense didn't show up. As bad as McCarthy played, it's his 4th start. A lot of people they're already out on this kid. And I think that is a problem in the NFL. Everybody's so quick to say he's not it. If you keep saying that, I'm not going to take you seriously. And I'm going to tell you why. There are guys in the Hall of Fame that weren't it when they started. Peyton Manning wasn't it when he started. Tom Brady started a little slow. You know what I mean? But he picked it up quickly. But he had a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
Okay? A lot of quarterbacks, some guys are in the Hall of Fame, they started a little slow. Josh Allen, who a lot of people think is the best quarterback in the league. They're wrong. But he started way slow. A lot more slow than a lot of quarterbacks did. So did Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson
started slow. Come on, guys. It's the kid's 4th start of his career. Let's cut him some slack. You haven't seen that much yet. But again, he showed flashes. That first drive with that strike he threw to Naylor, I said it in the stream. That was a beautiful ball. Beautiful ball, beautiful catch. But he showed in spots, he showed composure in spots, which I think is why he has a future in the NFL. I think this kid is going to be okay. He has to learn, again, I talked about it. He has to learn to layer his throws. Yes. And he just has to get experience. Guys, 4 starts. 4. Take a chill pill. Take a chill pill. I mean, his completion percentage was subpar. And he's got to get a little bit better with his decision-making under pressure. But look, a lot of quarterbacks fold under pressure. Hell, Patrick Mahomes folds under pressure. Josh Allen folds under pressure. Lamar Jackson sometimes folds under pressure. So, again, he had some guys wide open, and he missed them. It happens. But that kickoff, that fumble kickoff, I think is really what that was a straw that broke the camel's back right there. That was one of those like, oh, man, come on. You can't have that. You can't have that. I think the Ravens just went up 12-10, and you needed to respond there, and you respond by fumbling the ball. So that hurt. That really, really hurt. But they just, again, they shot them. Excuse me. They shot themselves in the foot. The Vikings shot themselves in the foot, and that's the main reason why they lost. They allowed the Ravens to convert 53% on third down, and the Ravens defense tightened up. The Vikings defense tried but couldn't because their offense couldn't get going. The Ravens offense got going, to your point, on short fields off of the mistakes. They had 13 points off of the mistakes that the Vikings gave them. So you take those away, we may have a different game. But with that being said, after the win for the Ravens now sit at 4-5 with a favorable schedule coming up. The Vikings sit at 4-5 with a not so favorable schedule coming up. They have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL coming up for the Vikings, while the Ravens have one of the easiest. So, with that being said, Brody, what's next for the Ravens coming up?
Oh, well, coming up, what's next for the Ravens? Oh, well, the Browns. It's okay. We could deal with them. It's not that bad. That's Sunday, November 16th. That's a primetime game.
You say that, but the Ravens haven't swept the Browns in a season in 5 years.
I think they will this year. Just because.
Just saying.
It's a division game, Brody. You know how it is, man. For some reason, and this is just, maybe it's the whole AFC North. Who knows? But it when it comes to division games, records doesn't matter for some reason.
It doesn't.
It does not matter. So
they're tough.
It's still tough for the Ravens. Yes. Oh my God. Like 100% for the Ravens. Division game.
To your point, the Vikings beat the Lions at home. Division game. Right. And I'm assuming if I took a poll of every single person and asked them who's the better team, every single person would say the Lions.
I would as well. Yes. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So to your point,
division games, you just never know what's going to happen.
Division games are different. Division games are different.
Now, so on and so forth. It's the Jets, November 23rd.
Winners of 2 in a row.
And they're up 2 in a row. They are. And I even took them. I was like, hey, the Jets might do it again. So, I feel it.
They were playing Cleveland. To your point. You see what I'm saying? How I feel about their Ravens-Browns game? And the Jets beat Cleveland. And look, I understand. I totally understand what you're saying. But I think all of us felt the same way last year, and they lost to Jameis Winston.
Oh, Lord.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
That's it. The Browns tend to find a way, and the Ravens tend to find a way
to let them do it.
To just
open the
door.
Have
brain farts when it comes to the Browns.
Yeah.
And somehow the Browns find a way to have this rejuvenation to want to win.
Oh, yeah. After, what was it? September 14th. 41-17. Oh, we beat the brakes off them. Belt the ass. But here we go. Next week. Ravens and Browns. And it's still, I don't know. I don't know. And that's genuine, guys. I'm not gaslighting or anything. I don't know. They haven't swept them like he said, 5 years. Excuse me. Anyway, okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. The Jets, November 23rd. Not the best. Not the best at all. I feel like we should be cool with that. Fine. The Bengals. Now. Joe Burrow was a participant in practice, but he was not in full participant. Hopefully that football club knows what full participant means. John Harbuckle. Now it could love it. Now, not saying that he's going to be playing November 27th. He could be. He could be playing November 27th, and it might actually be a little different than what our thoughts early this season with the likes of Joe Flacco.
I think he has a shot probably to play the second game they play and not on Thanksgiving.
I mean, isn't that weird, though? I mean, if you look at this. You look at this right here, right now. Tell me if I'm crazy.
You are.
A little bit.
You meant like after you said this.
After you know what I mean. Anyway, all right. Bengals, November 27th, right? Steelers, December 7th. Bengals again, December 14th. Now, when's that happen? Like for the Ravens schedule. When has that happened? Division game. Like this. I mean, like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And here we go. Bengals, Steelers.
Bengals a week and Bengals?
Yeah, Bengals a week and then Bengals.
Last year.
Again?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying
attention. It was last year or the year before last.
But still,
they did this. They made that schedule like this. It was either last year or the year before last. I have to fact check. I think it was last year where the Ravens played the Bengals. The Bengals then had a bye and played the Ravens again.
That's even worse.
That was even worse. Because they only had to prepare for one team in 3 weeks.
Right, 3 weeks.
I mean, what kind of... That's a crazy statistical advantage. That was basically some BS.
Right, you got to say it.
That was some BS.
Yeah, there you go. It was. And here I am looking at it again, which I'm just saying, the Ravens have three division games in a row. 3. And I mean, it's not bad. Two of them are at home. Okay. 2 of them are at home.
Naturally.
But still, like, I mean, given the teams that they are, I always feel like the Ravens going to beat the Steelers, even when they're at their worst. No, the Ravens going to beat the Steelers, just period. For some reason, I give a green light to both Cincinnati and Cleveland just because what we've seen in the previous years with Cincinnati and Cleveland, which some have been at the top at times, including the Browns, have been at the top sometimes, and it's still, you just don't know. The Steelers, we'll beat them. I'm gonna put that right now. We'll beat the Steelers. I'm dragging on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well,
yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, let's not get too far ahead,
right?
Because we're gonna start previewing those games. So they got the Browns, the Jets, and the Bengals coming up.
Yes.
Right.
Next 3 games.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, those are all winnable games. I feel
yes. Yep.
They just have to keep this going. They have to keep this going, and they have to be able to start faster. They have to stop starting slow, because they start slow against the Browns and you let the Browns hang around, that could be a problem. Same thing with the Bengals. And if you give the Jets any kind of life, you think they can win the game, they're going to play as hard as they can. But
man,
that should be a win. But again, this is the NFL. I'm not just going to say, again, we just witnessed the MVP, supposedly one of the best teams in the league. They just beat the Chiefs, and then they get their doors blown off by the Dolphins, who the Ravens just blew out. So make that make sense. The Bills just took a nap. We're going to get to that in a second, though. But I just want to highlight real quick we talked about who the Ravens have. Let's jump into what the Vikings. What's next for the Vikings? Man, sitting at 4-5 after this loss. Man, it's going to be. It's just the next two games are going to be critical for them, though. They got two division games coming up. Week 11, they got the Bears at home. That's a must win. That's a must win game. They beat Chicago in week 1, and I think they can beat them again. They have to win this game at home, but they're going to have to clean up the penalties and protect the ball. J.J. McCarthy's going to have to be more efficient. He's going to have to bounce back, which I think he can, but he's going to have to again, he's had one decent game, a horrible game, a good game, mostly bad game. So he's going to have to pick that up. And then we go to Lambeau. I don't know what.
Go to Lambeau.
After watching that game last night, I can't call it with the Packers. 1 week, the Packers look like they can beat anybody. And then the next week, they look like, what's going on here? They look like, what's going on here? That game last night was hard to watch. There was no points in the first half.
Right. No, exactly. How's
right?
that? Like, was it 10-7? Like, all game 10-7?
I mean, but I know, bro, but it was nothing at halftime. And I'm like,
this is a game.
Boring.
Well, I mean,
this is it's probably one of the worst. That first half of football is not going into the hall. That's not going into Canton. That first half of football, nothing in that game is going to Canton. That was horrible. But then they have to go to Lambeau, and that's good. Regardless, that's going to be a tough road test. It's a division game.
It's getting colder.
But if they can somehow pull off a win at home against the Bears, which they should, and then if they can walk out of Green Bay with a win, they would literally be 4-0 in the division. They would be sitting at about 6-5, but they would be 4-0 in the division. That's huge. That's huge. But you drop either one of these, and your playoff hopes do not look good. The Ravens are starting to trend upwards because they started slow, and now they've won 3 in a row. They're one game back right now, Pittsburgh. So that division is so bad, the Ravens can kind of pick themselves up off the mat and make some noise. Where the Vikings, everybody's ahead of you right now.
Yeah.
Everybody has 6 wins ahead of you, and you're sitting at 4. So right now, even though you're 2-0 in the division, everybody's got a 2-game lead on you. If you can win these next 2 games, you can put yourself in second in the division and be 4-0. So,
and wild card hopes, or
you know what I mean. And your wild card hopes, they would start having some hope, but they have to clean up the penalties. Oh my goodness, clean them up.
Yeah,
you have to clean, especially on special teams. Man, if this special teams unit doesn't get cleaned up, you got to I don't even know who the special teams coach is. You got to fire him. Because they get way too many penalties on special teams
and fumbles.
And now you're fumbling.
The same guy.
And we haven't even talked about the offensive line, right? Because in that game, Falala, still looked horrible. Voorhees, you still look bad. He showed more flashes but Falala every week, it just looks horrible. And they don't change it. When they play a good team, if they play a good defense, oh my goodness, ooh, they got the Browns.
Right.
Myles Garrett's going to eat them alive.
Yep.
Again, he's going to eat you alive. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
Yep.
And that's where the Browns, that's where the Browns have gotten their wins though. When the Browns keep a game close,
Myles Garrett,
they can win. But even the Vikings offensive line didn't look that efficient. They had a few flashes. They were good, but they let the Ravens defensive line, which is not good at all, get a lot of pressure that they shouldn't have. But shout out to those guys.
Real quick.
Shout out to Mike Green and even Draymond Jones. They were getting pressure.
Yes.
They were getting pressure, which is what the Ravens needed. Yep. So, yeah, man. But you talk about the playoffs, right? We talking playoffs right here?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Not yet.
You kidding me? Playoffs?
Well, we are. We are going to talk about playoffs. The Vikings are still in the hunt. So are the Ravens. The Ravens are one game back in the in the AFC North. So they could easily, because the Steelers got the Bengals next week. Hey, I'm sorry to say the Vikings. The Bengals pull off another win, and the Ravens can beat the Browns. Guess what? We got a tie for first.
And that's all gonna come down to what is that? I just had it. The game I lost it, but I'm gonna find it. That's gonna come down December 7th.
Which is just about a month away.
Yep, just about a month away. Whoever wins that game, that's gonna be crazy, right? That game, if what you're saying happens, that game will decide who takes first place.
Well, the way they've been playing, the next 2 weeks might determine who's in first place. I mean, this week could determine who's in first place, right? We could have a tie at the end of the week.
We could. Yeah, we could.
Right? We could.
Yeah.
We could. So we'll see. The good thing about the Ravens is they have their whole division ahead of them. They've played one division game with half the season to go, and they control their own destiny. The Ravens control their own destiny. The Vikings do to a point, but they have a harder path.
Yes.
If the Vikings win their next 2 games, they would basically be 4-0 in the division and sitting pretty at about second place. They can control their own destiny as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Both these teams are at a crossroads, but the Ravens are going this way. The Vikings are they're teetering. They're if it was a chart, they'd be kind of they're flatlining a little bit with their playoff hopes, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to preview those games tomorrow on our Wednesday show. To put a bow on this, it was a good game. It was a good game between the Ravens and the Vikings. It was a great live stream. We really enjoyed it. We might do another live stream. Maybe if one of these teams makes the playoffs, we may do it. Or if it's a big game, it could be maybe a Steelers game. We might be thinking about doing it. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll make that decision. But Brody, let's get into some scores last week. You did, man. You picked up a win. Congratulations. You picked up a win. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it right now.
Go ahead, knock yourself out. I'll do some scores.
Live.
Last Thursday, the Broncos beat the Raiders 10-7. That was a barn burner. That was a real barn burner. It was, seriously. It was a barn burner. The Colts defeated the Vikings over in Berlin. The Colts defeated the Vikings in overtime 31-25. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Minnesota Vikings 27-19. The Saints defeated the Panthers 17-7. The Jets got their second win of the season, beating the Browns 27-20. The Patriots beat the Buccaneers 28-23. The Bears got another win. The Giants, who fired Brian Daboll, they fired their coach. You knew that was coming, though.
Yeah,
you knew that was coming. I think we all knew that was coming. But the Bears get a win over the Giants 24-20. The Bills fall to the Dolphins 30-13. The Dolphins got another win. What's going on with my camera? There we go. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Sorry about that. Dolphins beat the Bills 30-13. The Texans came back and got a win over the Jaguars 36-29 without CJ Stroud.
Wow.
They get a win. The Seahawks dominate the Arizona Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett 44-22. The Rams put it to the 49ers 42-26. Again, another blowout. The Lions double up the Commanders 44-22. The Chargers took care of the Steelers 25-10 on Sunday Night Football. And last night, God, what did we watch? I didn't watch the whole game. So
We
the
both lost that
Eagles
one.
outlast the Packers 10-7.
We both called
Coming
that
up
one wrong.
on, we both did. The Packers, I don't know about the Packers anymore.
Yeah, a little bit. You feel me? Just
I
a
don't know
little
about
bit.
the Packers anymore. Yeah, I don't know about the Packers anymore. But coming up this Thursday night, we have the Jets and the Patriots, another division game on Thursday. We will preview that game on our Wednesday show tomorrow. So those are the scores. Brody got a win. It's now 3-6. I'm sitting at 6-3.
We look, boys. If your team tore his son, we still in the hunt. We are still in the hunt.
We're still in it. Again, flatlining.
3 games. Look. 3 weeks, not 3 games. Well, technically 3 games. 3 weeks. That's it. That's all we need. We could turn this thing around.
3 wins to get back to 500.
Wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna have them picks for that ad.
We'll see what happens. But that will do it for us on our Tuesday show. We like to say, once again, thank you to everybody who watched the live stream. Chase Tiff, thank you. We will applaud you again. We appreciate all your chats that came through. We appreciate you coming through.
Kept the chat on fire.
Right? Beautiful takes. We loved it. And you were spot on with all of them. So, again, we just like to say thank you to everybody who watches the stream. Please consider liking and subscribing. Throw a couple comments in the chat. Let us know how we doing. And with that, Brody, you got anything?
Yes, I do. So, Mr. Right, 98%, whether you like it or not,
That's what I said.
Since that's a 3 and a 6 now, does that percentage drop any? Like 95, 90? No?
No. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
So I'm right twice a day too?
It happens.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens.
So
I'm allowed to have an off week.
You are.
It happened.
And you got the mulligan.
And now I got the mulligan going into next week.
Team Tory's son, look, we got this. We got it. We go 3 and 6. We have a chance to make the playoff.
What?
We got a chance.
Yeah, you got a chance.
The playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs?
Right.
Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Right? Yeah. That's how I feel. But, man, we'll see. We'll have our picks for tomorrow.
We'll have the picks. That's right.
Yeah, we'll have our picks coming in for tomorrow. But that will do it for us. Thank you to everybody. We really appreciate all the support. Peace, love, God bless to everybody. Okay? Take care of yourselves. We love you. We out.